Ah, is that brun?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I
Is that
want.
what you need?
Yeah.
Ah. Ooh. So you find me in the attic space of the chateau, and as you can see, it's a right mess up here. It is full of everything. A lot of our predecessor stuff. Old prams, an old wedding dress over here. We've even got some landmines up here. We've been assured that they are, what's the word?
Not working.
Not working.
Defunct.
Defunct. We certainly hope they are, but we actually steer away from them. But up here also is just boxes of stuff that we brought with us that we've never had the chance to really sort out. And a lot of that is my craft stuff that I brought over from the UK when I used to do a lot of crafting with the kids. And so I've come up here to try and find some stuff. Now my wall is completely tape and jointed and it's all prepped. It means that I can start doing my artwork on there that I want to do. However, today what I'm going to do is try it on a small canvas so that you can see kind of the thing that I want to do, but also for me to give it a try and see if it actually works. The next step will then be trying to transfer that onto a huge canvas, which is the wall. But what I need for this piece of art is just old stuff that you find laying anywhere. You can put anything on it, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. But I've just come up to my art place, found brown, which I never had, and Ted, I know, also needs some brown. A load of old spatulas and paintbrushes. I've even found some of these acrylic spray bottles. I don't know when I bought them or how long I've had them, but I'm sure they're going to come in handy. But what I do actually need, oh look, I've got some black there as well, that will do. But you'll see in here I've got bits of old chain. This is old necklace chain. Now my daughter went through a phase of making jewellery, and she brought all this stuff, and this is great just to use as texture for things. So I'm going to take that down. That's a really good find. And have a look what else. Now, another thing that I found, I actually went out and bought some canvases, but I've just looked in this box and I've actually got a canvas that size and a smaller one. So if this turns out well, I might do a couple more as I've got them, and some rope. This is what I was looking for. I want lots of different size rope, string, things like that. Again, you'll see in a minute what it's for. So I'm going to put everything in my pockets. This is a good thing of having big pockets like this. Tuck everything away. Now, one more thing that I want to find. I've got so much fabric, but I want to try and find some lace or something like that. So let's go over to that side of the attic where I know all the fabric is. Now up here I've just got bags and bags of different kinds of fabric. Look at this, somebody gave me this. One day I'll figure out where I'm going to use that. There's just loads of it everywhere. Aha, right. Somebody gave me these. Now they're all stained, but this is what I want. So, we're raring to go. I've had my rummage, I've got my canvas, I've got bits of rope, I've got paints, I've got bits of lace. It's, yeah, anything that you can get your hands on that will give texture is what you need. So, first thing you need also is some cardboard. Now, this is just any old cardboard. And then what you do is pull the top layer of the cardboard off and reveal the, I don't know what it's called, but the bit underneath. And because it gives really lovely texture. So just take your corners, and it might take you a little while to do, but just pull it gently and try to reveal the back. Okay, so I think I've got enough here that I need to use for my canvas. Obviously, when I do my wall, I'm going to need a lot more. So I think it will take me quite a while just to get enough of this stuff. But yeah, now what I don't want straight edges, so I'm just going to rip it and just have different shapes. Might make this one a bit bigger. Now I want this to look like an underwater scene. Okay, so I've got lots of bits of cardboard now, and I've got my bits of fabric that I'm going to use, and I've got 3 different sizes of string. I've got medium, small and large. Now the large I think is probably too big for this piece. I don't know, it might be okay, but I think I want to save that. The wall's going to need some large pieces that are really going to stand out, so I might just use the medium and small for this one. And what we're going to do is just twist round the string. So I'm going to just start placing stuff on the canvas and see what it looks like. Now, this is Mod Podge. I use this an awful lot. It can be used as a glue, it can be used as a top coat, absolutely everything. It's such amazing. So I'm going to start just by doing these on and then just add in everything else around it. Okay, I'm quite happy with the pieces I've got on there. I could add more, but I think there's enough. You don't want to overdo it. And the paintwork we're going to do on it is going to bring it out a lot more. So, yeah, I think this is going to be plenty. But now I need to find my substitute for my tissue paper. What can I use? Let's go and have a search in the cupboards. I found tissue paper in the loft. Actually, this isn't tissue paper. This is paper from when I used to do a lot of sewing of my own clothes. And this is the paper you use for doing your own patterns. But I'm sure it will work just as good. So I'm just going to give another layer on here so that it sticks down nicely of Mod Podge. Okay, I think that's enough. So I'm just going to lay this on top. And the good thing is you can kind of move it about. A little bit more blue. As you can see, you just move it about and crinkle it up. It adds even more texture. And that's a little bit too much crinkled, so just put it up. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some more Mod Podge over the top. Okay, I think I've got enough on there. I'm getting to the point now where I'm putting too much on. And sometimes you just need to learn to step away from it and say, that's enough. Otherwise you go overboard. But yeah, I think I like it. These are one of those pieces that you never really see it come together until you get the colour on there. But yeah, it's going well so far. So far, so good. How this is going to work on a big wall, I really don't know. But I'm desperate to give it a try. But let's finish this one first. Anyway, we need to let it dry now and then come back to it and start the colouring. So yeah, come back in a few hours and we'll see you soon.
Okay, so it's dried now. I did cheat. I put a hairdryer on it because I was too impatient to get started again. So it's time now to start colouring it. I've got loads of different colours. I might not use all of these, but I've got lots of different colours. Lots of different blues, greens. I've got a bit of gold. I do love a bit of gold. I'm sorry, but I do love a bit of gold. Debbie, my friend, gave me these spray bottles. She does loads of crafting. You should see her bedroom. It's just amazing the way it's set out with all her crafting stuff. Actually, it's not a bedroom, it's her craft room. Anyway, she gave me these, so I'm going to water down some of the colours. I found, obviously, some of the acrylic sprays up in the loft, which is great because I can use some of them. And yeah, it's just kind of, where do I start? So I'm just going to start with loads of blues, first of all. And yeah, try some different blues out and greens and see what happens. This, it looks like a really lovely dark green. So I'm just... just going to do and like I said before, I've never done this before, so I really don't have a clue, but I already like it. This is great. I love it. Now I made this sort of green up for my own colour, so I don't know how different. Oh, it's a little different. Okay, bit of blue. So I'm starting off with the darker colours. And then I've got some turquoise here. For €1, I bought a load of these polystyrene little bowls, which are great for when you're mixing different paints up. So I'm just going to water this down a bit, and then I'm just going to start sort of moulding it in and see what happens. I actually quite like when you're doing it with your fingers how this mottled sort of pattern comes out. Okay, I think I need some more blue, but I've got quite a dark blue here. Perhaps some blacks as well. Okay, so I've got to this sort of stage, and I'm going to leave it now because I think I'm just going too far. And I'm going to see then, once it dries, I'm going to come back and highlight it and with the white and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to step away from it now. Step away, dry it, and see what happens. Let's do that. Step away from the work, Lisa. So I've finished the art piece. This has been a big learning curve for me because I've never really done anything like this on a canvas. I've never used these types of paints in these ways. And the best thing about it was when I did the last bit of filming of me putting the white highlighting on it, I then decided I didn't like it and continued to just do little sprays here and there, padding here and there, adding a bit of colour, taking a bit of colour away. And then I decided instead of white, I wanted a bit of silver gilding on it instead of the white to highlight it. And it's the best thing about using the acrylic paints is that you can just keep overlaying until you get to the place where you want it to be. And I think I'm there. Now, of course, for the big wall, it's not all going to be like this. Areas will be like this, and then it will go into lighter areas, and yeah, it will be very different. But this has given me a real understanding of how the paints work, how the materials work, how the textures work, for me to now be able to go and have a play on the wall. I'm really nervous about putting it on the wall, but yeah. So that's the project over. It's now time to try and get it on the huge wall. Let's see how that turns out. So that was the bathroom wall complete. It took about a week to complete this project, but going from nothing and trialling it on a bit of canvas to having this on the wall, it is so unique. And with my little embellishments, I think the wall looks fantastic. I'm so pleased with it. It just goes to show what you can do with a bit of glue and a bit of string and a little bit of paint and a lot of time. Anyway, hopefully you might go away and it inspires you to try something of your own. See you again next time on the workshop.